today. I hope that you're doing amazing and fantastic and wonderful. I can't believe that September is over, that Death on Deck is finally in your guys' hands, and that you're reading it or you are listening to it. All of your love and everything has been absolutely amazing. I am just so thrilled with all of your guys' comments and all of those amazing things. So thank you. But that's not what this video is about. This video is congratulating me on actually finishing my TBR for September. Yes, pat me on the back. I posted this picture on my Instagram stating that these were the books that I was going to read for my TBR for September. And by golly, I finished them. I finished all of them. I read a total of 6 books in September, and I'm pretty proud of that number, especially with everything that I had going on with work and my kiddos and with getting Death on Deck out there and everything like that. We went on a week-long cruise and all of that. So today's video is going to be sort of a wrap-up of September and then 5 books that I'm hoping to get finished in October. So the very first book that I finished was Murder at the Movies. This is book 2 in the Secret Bookcase mystery series by Ellie Alexander, and I gave it a 5 stars. I absolutely loved this. For anyone who is new here, Ellie Alexander is one of my absolute favorite authors. For those that are, been here a while, you know this. So she's going to be an instant buy author for me. I absolutely love this new series. In book 2, we've got our main character, Annie, who is sort of an events coordinator at this amazing bookstore, and she is just been asked by this director to sort of help host an event at her in her town. And it's a movie event, but it's like going to be a whole town kind of event. And there are, of course, dramatic actors and chauvinistic men, and there's just a whole bunch of drama going on. And I love this because this is sort of more of a contemporary, more up-to-date cozy mystery. And I'm really, really enjoying Annie as a main character. There's also a mystery within the mystery. Ellie's really, really good at that. And so Annie's best friend was murdered. And so she's trying to figure out the whodunit of who has killed her best friend whenever they were their graduation year, or their graduation day, I believe, of college. And so that is something that is keeping me pulled in. And so I loved it. You guys should go and get it. I think right now, as of the publishing of this video, the first book is 99 cents on Amazon, I'm pretty sure. The next book that I read was for the Cozy Escape Book Club, and that was Mexico, Margaritas, and Murder. I gave it a solid 4 stars. This is the first in the Sally and Pearl Adventure Club by Wendy Day, and it says Golden Girls meets Thelma and Louise. And you guys know I love myself some feisty older sleuths. They have my heart. And I would say that Sally and Pearl are no different. I absolutely just love them. I would say Pearl is more my favorite than Sally. She's a little bit feistier, a little bit more open. I will also give you some trigger warnings for child death and gaslighting and marriage abuse. This one is sort of it's one of those cozies that sort of toe the line when it comes to what the true definition of a cozy mystery. So if any of those are your triggers, which they are for me, you might steer clear. I was able to push past them, but I don't know if I would have had it not been like a Cozy Escape Book Club pick, and I'm the host of the book club. But yeah, I did really enjoy our main characters' personalities. Sally's husband has passed away, and Pearl is her best friend, and she's sort of conned her into taking some of Sally's husband's insurance money and going on a vacation with her. And so shenanigans ensue, as they do, and murder occurs, as what happens in a cozy mystery, and they're in the thick of it. So I did enjoy it, but I did want to mention those things just in case you have sensitivity to those themes or those triggers. I read Paula Charles's second book in the Hometown Hardware mystery series, Ask Me No Questions. If this is not the perfect fall cover, I don't know what is. It's so freaking stunning, and I am in love with this. This is an advanced reader copy that I got. It does not publish until January 28th of 2025, so I will probably talk about it again in a few months, but I love this. I love Donna Carpenter. I love her daughter. I love all of the quirky characters. And I really love the fact that Paula leaned in a little bit more into the supernatural elements that she hinted at in book one. I don't want to spoil anything for anyone, but I really enjoyed that. So if you enjoyed sort of those elements from book one, you will really love them in book two. So you should go and pre-order it. I love Paula Charles' writing. It's very atmospheric. It made me feel like it was fall. I live in Oklahoma right now, and it's like 90 something degrees, and it's October 3rd, and I need it to feel like October. So this made me feel like it was October. Speaking of making me want to feel like it is October, I read the second book in the Caribbean Kitchen Mystery series by Raquel Reyes. This is Calypso, Corpses, and Cooking, and it is set during Halloween. So like I saved this one for this year. I read the first book at the beginning of this year and fell in love with it. I loved Miriam and her girlfriends, and like her just trying to figure out life in Florida from moving with her Caucasian husband down from New York with their young son and Manuel. And I love reading diverse cozies and getting to learn more about their food, their culture, just anything and everything. And I wanted Caribbean food so bad while reading this book. It was ridiculous. I wanted it so bad. But fall festivities are underway, and there are like Halloween things going on. And it was a lot of fun to read. I really enjoyed getting to know Miriam and the Smith family a little more. And there was just a lot of things going on, and I very much enjoyed it. For my second book club book, I have a in-person book club that I host at my house. We read The Midnight Feast by Lucy Foley. This is my first Lucy Foley book, and I gave it a 3.5 stars, and I thought it was okay. It had a lot of my triggers in it, and the only reason why I kept, which is like, it had triggers of rape and sexual assault and gaslighting and like a lot of those things. Again, would I have finished it had it not been for book club? Probably not. But the mystery in it had me going. And I love it when a book changes perspective every chapter, and there were multiple people's perspective every single chapter. So I really, really enjoyed that aspect of it. So yeah, I highly, highly enjoyed that aspect of it, but it was also very, very hard to sort of read like rich kids being mean to poor kids kind of thing, but it creeped me out. The audiobook was really good. I don't know if I could have read it physically. There were some people who said in my book club that read it physically that it dragged on a lot, but I read my book, or I listen to my audiobooks at 2 speed. So I didn't really have that issue of it dragging on because I listened to it so quickly. But I can see where they might have gotten that vibe. So after reading such a heavy book, I needed sort of a palate cleanser. Like I needed something that was going to give me some more coziness and maybe like a little bit of romance. And so I had seen this out on all of the book talk and the book world. And then it came up for Libro FM's advanced listening copy program, and it was The Pumpkin Spice Cafe by Lori Gilmore. Guys, this is a spicy small town romance, and I'm all here for it. So much so that I purchased book 2, and I'm gonna pre-order book 3 and book 4. Like, it's just, it is so good. I love it. If you don't like open door romance, probably not your style. I liked the opened doorness. I'm fine if it was just wide open. Just keep all the doors open and the windows, please. Could I have, is there skylights? You could keep the skylights open. 2, do we have to have walls? I don't know. I don't think we have to have walls. That's how I felt about this book. Jeannie is our main character. Her aunt gifts her the Pumpkin Spice Cafe, and she's moving home after, fresh start, just like normally, like our cozy mystery. She's going back to a small town, fresh start, and she falls in love with she falls into sort of love, kind of a relationship with the local farmer. And yeah, there's that. It's a grumpy sunshine dynamic, which I didn't know was a thing that I loved, but it is. So there's that. So that is what I read for September. I had a damn good reading month, and I did not regret any of the books I read, even though some of them made me uncomfortable and pushed my boundaries. I'm glad I read them because it was really good discourse for my book clubs. And there's always good to have some discourse whenever you're chatting about books, right? Do you have anything that is like the Pumpkin Spice Cafe? Because I don't read a lot of romance, but now I feel like I need to read more romance. Would you be mad if this became, my channel had more romance? Or are you like, nay, Courtney? Stick to cozies, stick to mystery, but I read a lot of everything, guys. I don't know. My October TBR. I did so good with my September TBR that I have picked 5 books 5 books plus one that is my in-person book club TBR, or book. Words are hard. That I think that I can do it. I can do it. So without further ado, let's jump into this. The first book I have is the Cozy Escape book club pick of the month, and that is A Skeleton in the Family by Leigh Perry. This is one of my favorite series of all time of ever. I love it, love it, love it. And like, main character is a adjunct professor, and she has a teenage daughter who I absolutely love, and her best friend is an animated real skeleton. Like, what more do you need to know? Sid is one of my favorite characters of all time. He is hilarious. He is sassy. He is trying to figure out who killed him, and I love it. This series is absolutely amazing, and I have read every book in the series. And you're like, well, Courtney, this is a book club. Like, why are you reading this book again? Because it is that damn good, and I want everybody in book club to also have read it. So I'm so happy that everybody voted to read it. So yeah, A Skeleton in the Family, I think you need to read. It is amazing. Come and join us on the last Wednesday of October. We are actually doing sort of like a new thing. We are going to get all on like a Zoom or a live, and everybody's going to be able to join video-wise if they want to, or voice-wise. I'm going to have my sister put on skeleton makeup on me because she is a makeup artist, and she is amazing. And I'm gonna have adult beverage, and we're just gonna chat about this book, and it's gonna be super, super fun, and I'm very excited. The next book I have is Sticks and Scones. I've had this for like a month and a half, and I am very excited to dive into it. I need to get the audiobook, but I have the physical book because I always own like all of her books in all of its forms, because that's the kind of person I am. And so this is book 20 something, 20 of the series. So I'm not going to tell you much about it because I do not want to, I don't want to spoil anything for you, but it is all about, it's got Lance in it, and I'm very excited about it. And it's a gender-bending twist on the taming of the shrew, which is very, very, very cool. And I'm so excited because this month I'm going to Ashland, Oregon for the Mystery Festival, and it's going to be amazing and fantastic, and I'm going to meet so many of you, and I'm stoked. The next book I have is another Ellie Alexander book. This book just came out. It's Death at the Dinner Party, the third book in the Secret Bookcase Mystery series by Ellie Alexander. I'm actually already like over 50% done with this book, and I am absolutely loving it. It has been so fantastic. Annie Murray is excited to host a murder mystery themed dinner party, which I am going to one in a few weeks, but soon the evening takes a deadly turn. Bum, bum, bum. Oh, so cool. I am also jumping into some Janice Hallett. This is my first one of hers. This is The Appeal, 1 Murder, 15 Suspects. Can you uncover the truth? I am 114 pages into it, and I love that it is told through text messages and emails and notes, and like it's just so cool, and it's so easy and fun to read. I feel like I'm in the middle of it, and it's just making my heart so freaking happy. Chef's kiss. So good, so good. And I've got like a whole entire stack of her books that I have to read. Like, yes, did I do the one thing that I promised myself that I'm never going to do, which is like just bulk buy an author or a whole entire thing of a series? And yeah, I did. But you know what? Sometimes a girl's got to do what a girl's got to do. And everybody just talks so much about Janice Hallett, and there's a reason why, and I needed to have them. Another book that I have that I'm surprised I have not just devoured yet is We Solve Murders. This is the newest book by Richard Osman, and I will be getting the audiobook of this, but it says, solving murders, it's a family business. Steve Willer is enjoying retired life. He still does the odd bit of investigation work, but he prefers his familiar routines. The pub quiz, his favorite bench, his cat waiting for him at home. His days of adventure are over. Adrenaline is his daughter-in-law Amy's job now. Amy Willer thinks adrenaline is good for the soul. Working in private security, every day is dangerous. She's currently on a remote island protecting mega best-selling author Rosie DiAntonio until a dead body and a bag of money mean trouble in paradise. So she sends an SOS to the only person she trusts. As a thrilling race around the world begins, can Amy and Steve outrun and outsmart a killer? I love this. I can't wait to dive into it. Spencer said that it was absolutely amazing, and I mean, if Spencer says it's amazing, then it's amazing, and I have to read it. And last but certainly not least is my physical book club's book of the month is Sweet Bean Paste by Dorian Sikogawa. This is a charming tale of friendship, love, and loneliness in contemporary Japan. And it says it is a moving novel about the burden of the past and redemptive power of friendship. It's translated into English for the first time because this month's genre, because we're called the Genre Gurus, this month's genre was all about a book in translation. And so it looks really good. Sentaro has failed. He has a criminal record, drinks too much, and his dream of becoming a writer is just a distant memory. With only the blossoming of the cherry trees to mark the passing of time, he spends his days in a tiny confectionery shop selling dorayaki, a type of pancake filled with sweet bean paste. But everything is about to change. Into his life comes Toku, an elderly woman with disfigured hands and a troubled past. Toku makes the best sweet bean paste Sentaro has ever tasted. She begins to teach him her craft, but as their friendship flourishes, social pressures become impossible to escape, and Toku's dark secret is revealed with devastating consequences. So there's all different kinds of books that I'm reading. I'm also probably going to add in a couple of romances if I have the time, because I really liked reading, because I've already read book 2 in Lori Gilmore's series. I read The Cinnamon Bun Bookstore, and it was chef's kiss. So darn good. But what are you planning on reading this month? I have to know. Are you I read seasonally, or are you I read by the mood? Like, do you plan your TBRs and stick to them? Let me know. I want to know. But that's the end of this chapter of Courtagonist. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, guys, happy reading. Bye.